So how did you get turned on to flowers?
Well, I played a lot with flowers when I was a kid. I was an only child, and so I played in the forest. But it didn't really occur to me that I would be working with flowers until I was in my 20s. And I was studying various forms of natural medicine, and I learned about flower remedies. Flower remedies are using the flowers in order to create different states of mind in people. The idea of being able to bring more people happiness was really exciting for me.
So were you more intrigued like with the ingredients of the flower than, let's say, the outward appearance of the flower?
I mean, you know, it's like flowers are so exquisite and beautiful. No one can say no to them. I mean, everybody loves flowers, right?
Yeah.
But the part that really intrigued me was that each flower had a really specific difference or different effect on people. So some flowers would make you have energy, or some flowers would heal things from the past, or some flowers would make you feel more loving or joyful. The fact there was more of a science to it, that was what really was intriguing.
That's great.
And what about you?
Oh boy. Well, as a cinematographer, I love color. And there's probably no other plant or animal on the planet, that exudes color and shape and composition as much as flowers do. They've seduced me. So I've been shooting flowers like nonstop for 35 years, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So in about 30 plus years, I've squeezed 30 years into 15 hours of film. When I film them, I film in time lapse, so I actually get to see them move. And they do a beautiful dance to the light. Well, sometimes some of them open up like they kind of unfold gently, and some of them just pop open, and some of them kind of twist and open. Morning glories do that. Hibiscus, orchids are really beautiful the way they open. And I love sharing it with people because most people don't realize that not only that flowers are moving, but that the plants are alive. They kind of walk by and they watch it through the periphery of their eye and don't really appreciate how they're in a different time zone than we are.
Right.
Which doesn't mean that they're not conscious or living. And to see them move and the way they move differently, every flower has its own little dance. I'll never get tired of it.
You look at every single flower on the planet and there's something interesting and unique about every one.
Yeah.
And it's like humans, right? If we could just learn.
That's the ultimate, I think, kind of life lesson you can almost learn from a flower, is that they are just present, and they don't have any other agenda other than to say, I am here, I need to get pollinated, I've got a short window, and I'm just like, bursting with color, with fragrance. I'm alive.
It's like pure joy.
Totally. So what kind of medicinal properties have you discovered in flowers, and are you exploring that?
Yeah, I mean, up until this point, most people have studied any kind of chemistry of the flowers, and what's really very interesting, and we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg, is this energetic component of the flower, this feeling. So if you think of a bouquet of roses, and then you put it next to a bouquet of daisies, both of them make you feel completely different, right? Everyone knows that. We know that on a core level. And so when you look at different flowers, and the way that they make you feel, you can reap benefit from that. I always tell people, when you pick out flowers, cut flowers to put in your house, you always move towards the ones that will make you feel the best. And then of course there's the flower remedies, which is a way to bottle and scale, so to speak, that feeling, so that even people who live in urban areas or cities, or who are inside all day, can have a little bit of that feeling of sunshine and being out with the flowers.
That's great. Do you think it's by chance or some form of conscious design that the flower is reaching out to people in terms of influencing their emotions or trying to help them heal?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think they're doing it all the time. It's just us that are not aware of it. We're not conscious of it. So everyone knows that if you take a walk in the forest or in a garden for a couple hours, afterwards you feel amazing. because those plants are cleaning off all the stress. They're taking all the impurities away from you and replacing it with all the good vibes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whether or not people attribute it to that, or they may say it was the fresh air, it was the oxygen, or something more physical, I believe that the flowers are always healing us. They're always looking out for our best possible outcome. It's more us that we're not in tune always to catch that it's happening.
Why do you think they're doing that?
Because the sole purpose of flowers is, in my view, it's totally selfless. It's totally pure. It's like you find a flower that's joyful, it's just pure joy. It is joy. Or a flower is love, or it is kindness. And that's just how it operates. It doesn't have the hang-ups that we have.
That's great. Now that we've accomplished our goal, how do you feel in terms of what that effect might be on, in terms of the people and consciousness?
Mm-hmm. You see it like when you blow the seeds on a dandelion. It's like spreading the seeds of a message of something that we all really know deep down. We've just forgotten it. I would love for people to find a way through flowers to find their full bloom. So for me, it's about transformation of the human heart through flowers. We know so much more than we think we know, that intuitively we move towards what we need. So that this idea of having 50 flowers and you choose which one you're most attracted to, and what does that mean for me, and what does it mean for my life? Making it really personal, so that every time we walk outside, now we start seeing flowers. Now we get intrigued and start wondering, what are all these precious jewels for? Mm-hmm. And how can we utilize that and brighten up our lives and other people's?
I think flowers are giant heart openers because, you'll protect what you fall in love with. So not just flowers, but the environment.
Right.
I think it makes you present because it stops you cold. You go, wow, look at that color. And from that point forward, I think your life's been changed. Hopefully our book's going to do that. You're going to learn something about the medicinal quality mm-hmm. that you'll cherish, that you'll use in a positive way to have a healthier life. You'll realize the incredible foundation of life that they represent, that they are this keystone species, that without the flowers we wouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. I think it cultivates appreciation, and when it does that, it engenders gratitude. When you open up that door, there could be a myriad of other giant benefits. Health, consciousness, appreciation of art, of design, of color, of movement. There are so many doors that are opened that will forever, I think, make you more appreciative, mindful, and grateful for the fact we live on a planet that should really be called heaven on earth.
Right.